On second down, here's Wentz. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald in there to get him for a loss of 5. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Buying time to his left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Football going back over to Philadelphia here, and this is a team who 6 weeks ago really looked lost, but then they won 5 of their last 6 to get to the 6th and final playoff spot, and then they defeat Chicago on the road.
Yeah, Nick Foles, he did it again, didn't he? Who would have thought that he would have to hop back in as he did last season, help carry this team not just to the playoffs, but get a win in the first round in Chicago in a cold-weather game? How about Nick Foles? He just keeps doing it. Now they've got to go to New Orleans and take on the #1 seeded New Orleans Saints.
And only 2 number 6 seeds have ever won the Super Bowl. Steelers in 2005 and the Packers in 2010. They're trying to become number 3. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Goff now to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? you make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Evades him at the 20, and he will finally be taken out of bounds. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one, 67 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now, a chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, other side, solid.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off down near the 5, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. Goff now looks to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Go, 76.
On 1st down, it's gone. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 53 yards. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Goff. Being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And now look at him go. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Well, before the Rams take their next snap, Charles, let's preview that game that they have coming up with the Cowboys. You talked about what they can do on offense. They're obviously going to have to shut down Dak, Zeke, and that Cowboys offense with their defense and Aaron Donald.
And I think that Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh is running mate at defensive tackle. They have to make sure they play down and distance each time. And what I mean by that is these guys are great pass rushers. And a lot of times when you're a great pass rusher, you want to rush the passer on every down. They have to play the run first because that's what the Cowboys are going to throw at them with Zeke. If they can slow down the run, stuff the run, they'll earn the right to be pass rushers and get after Dak Prescott in the pocket.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Reynolds. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
He gets it to Cooks. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
To throw is gone. Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now that we sit in the postseason, let's talk about some of these awards we've been hitting on all year, Charles. MVP, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback at Kansas City, Drew Brees, quarterback New Orleans, and Aaron Donald.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Charles, the All-Pro team was announced a Friday before the playoffs started. Aaron Donald, the only unanimous choice. Let's see, the Chiefs had 4, Bears had 4. What stuck out to you about the All-Pro team?
Well, it's such a great year for Drew Brees at quarterback for New Orleans, the #1 seed in the NFC. Yet he's only 2nd team All-Pro because Patrick Mahomes had a magical season in Kansas City and deserved to be the #1 guy. How about the Chicago Bears going from worst to first in the NFC North? 4 players making the All-Pro team led by Khalil Mack. And then when you talk about rookies, the Colts had 2 that made it, in Quentin Nelson, their offensive guard, and Darius Leonard, their linebacker.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, 46 down, man. 5-4.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Here's Ajayi. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Nickel Roby brings him down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Hey, other side, solid, solid. This side, 7.
This is Ajayi. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now a first down throw. Gone. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Goff now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Goff. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Goff again. Flush to his right. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Merlin! Zero. Tiger! Super one!
To the air again. Gone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Great. It's 74.
They'll start out on the ground with a giant. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot before half for Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by John Johnson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Rams getting set to go now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, a big story, as it always is come January. Head coaching changes around the NFL. If you count the situations in Cleveland, in Green Bay, that's 8 openings all told.
And that's about the number people were starting to predict somewhere around mid-season. I think out of all of them, the Marvin Lewis situation in Cincinnati, he had been there for 16 years. Many thought he might stay, but it seemed like it was a mutual deal where he decided to step down. But out of all of them, there may be 1 or 2 that may recirculate within the league and be a head coach at another spot.
Tough for Steve Wilks after just 1 season to be let go.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often in this league. He was the unfortunate recipient of way too many injuries on his team. Never got a chance to get off the ground.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, it's Gurley. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Third and long. It's gone. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Chris Long coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Aaron Donald bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Wentz to throw on second down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Goff. Flushed out right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Get over there. Go.
Wentz. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. LaMarcus Joyner. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Another carry now for Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a third down. Here's gone. Now he's flushed out left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And now here is another interception. John Johnson with the INT. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. They give it, and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. That good for 22 and a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley from 10 yards out. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to run him down for a loss of about 20 yards. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Goff now to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Woods the intended receiver. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. Dancing to his left. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Wentz. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
74.
To throw is Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Aaron Donald in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. One final try now for Wentz. Rolling to his right. And that will be incomplete.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they...
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. Free the real. What's up, keep the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. City that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from feeling all kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. With me.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Blue 45! Blue 45!
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. On 1st down, Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Being chased out left. He'll leave this for Ware. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And again, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Spencer Ware, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point up and through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's fly 3. 14, 82, 14.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Allen Bailey in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Taken in at the 22. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Chiefs coming back onto the field, as we noted earlier, going to take on the Colts this weekend. 12-4 in the regular season. You get the first-round bye. Number 1 offense in the NFL. That's the good part, but the defense has left something to be desired. Yeah, they rank 31st. That's just one step from the bottom in terms of total defense in the NFL. But Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Mahomes going to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Mahomes now 8 of 8 throwing the football in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the kick by Butker is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 72 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Wentz to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Golden Tate from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are back within a score. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An exciting week with a divisional round coming up on the NFC side of things, Charles. Dallas at L.A., the Rams, Philadelphia at New Orleans. What do you think?
Well, I can't wait because Dallas and the Los Angeles Rams, the Rams feel like they've gotten their mojo back down the stretch on offense.
He's got a man complete. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
Green 39.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Flushed out right. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Mahomes going to go on fourth down. He is going to find Hill here. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Green 39.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Mahomes will bring him up first and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now it's Mahomes again. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Ace. Ace.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8. Wins to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it at the 42. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And Jeffrey's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Chris Jones on the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that blocks.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Here's Sproles. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hey, other side, solid, solid.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will knot us up at 10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Black 58, Royal! Black 58, Royal!
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Going up top. He's got it at the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 61 yards. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, one thing you and I haven't discussed now that we are in the playoffs now, we know how the start of the draft is going to go. You look at the top 5, Arizona, San Fran, Jets at 3, Raiders, wherever they may be at 4, Tampa Bay 5. What are your thoughts?
Well, immediately, this is going to be different in 2019 than 2018 because in 2018, it was all about the quarterbacks. I don't think that's going to be the case. You just mentioned the top 5. You can make a legitimate case that in the top 5, none of those teams are in the market to select a quarterback. So now, who is? I think you got to get to number 6 with the New York Giants. That's where the quarterback market begins.
They'll run it with Sproles. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
A dump off to Sproles. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Sproles, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Tate. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Josh Adams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Here we go! Blue 45! Blue 45!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Ace! Ace! Here we go! Green 39! Green 39! Ace! Ace!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to go deep for Conley. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Green 39! Green 39! Z!
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Sunday! Man 5-7!
Now it's Sproles. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Wentz now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ram!
To throw is Wentz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they